Tyler Moy, how did you enjoy today's match?
Yeah, that was it's nerve-wracking at the end, but it's a huge victory for us. Last game in front of the fans this year. To be able to kind of end on that note at home was really special. And then I think, especially with Max retiring at the end of this year, was we wanted this one for him. So to have that and to be able to see him with his kids at the end in a positive environment, it was a really good feeling for sure.
What were the three highlights of this match? Do you have any highlights, or just invent some highlights?
Yeah, I can't even remember. I don't know. It was just a good feeling. I think that we're. I mean, they kind of came back a little bit and kind of made it a little bit closer than we would have liked. But I think all around, like, we had some good play. There were definitely some times we were a little bit sloppy, but in general, I think it's important that we close the game like that. I think in the past we've actually dropped a few games to these guys, letting them back in the game. Here, being able to close out is, I think, a huge highlight for us that we're able to do that. Um, the fake drop pass from Zanger, accidental, was pretty nice too. I didn't really mean to do that, I don't think, but it worked out, and he had a good finish. So that was good to see. And Meyer getting his 10th point there was good. Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's coming for it. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it was good all around.
And did you feel any different? There was no pressure today. I mean, it was for nothing the match. I mean, for the fans, for winning, but there was no big pressure on you guys.
Yeah, I mean, I think that it's best that you don't think in that way. I think we have a lot of other reasons why, outside of like necessarily the points, but outside of that, I think there are a lot of reasons why we had to get up for today. For the reasons I mentioned, for the fans sticking by us this whole season through the ups and downs, that was important for us, that we are finishing on a good note and that we're not giving up and not giving up points and kind of just mailing it in. So that was important that we came with the right attitude today, and yeah, I think that was the main priority.
And the fans, they enjoyed it. I mean, you saw it in the end.
Yeah, that was special. The fans here are very, very special, and to see the passion that they have day in, day out, despite the losses and even with the wins, it's good to see that they're always next to us and always behind us. So it shows through a lot, and definitely is a good feeling to have fans like that.
Now, this season was pretty. It was disappointing for you guys, for the fans. Can you still take anything out of it for the future, where you can say, "Yeah, we can still profit from that, from the experiences"?
For sure. I mean, throughout the whole season, you're looking at what can you take from each game. I think, in general, personally, I've tried to take from each game. As a team, we've regrouped and tried to learn. I think we've learned a lot about ourselves, and obviously we faced a lot of adversity this year, a lot of injuries as well. Definitely didn't help with the situation. I think that it's at the end of the day, it's last year we didn't have necessarily those tests that where we weren't really tested as much to go through that emotional adversity and deal with those losses. So to come into this season and face that, it was probably good for us in the end that we can take something from that. But at the end of the day, like you said, you have to take action and learn from these mistakes. And I'm optimistic for the future. We have a lot of good guys in this room and talented players and hardworking players. So you have to move forward, and that's on us, obviously, that we are moving forward and actually taking action with what was left, and we'll have some time to regroup as well at the end of the season so that we can review that, and I know personally I will be as well.
Last question. You were in the Red Rose Bar interview, and you admitted that you have one hobby, drawing. If you had to draw something concerning this season, what would you draw?
Yeah, it's cliche. Maybe you draw like an animal that's going through a storm or something, and there's light at the end of the tunnel. Kind of, I think that's the way you have to think and approach it. So there's no secret that it was not the ending that we had hoped, or the result, I guess, that we had hoped to be outside the play-ins and the playoffs. But we have to move forward, and that will be. You have to take those losses as they are, and like you said, learn from that and move on.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Ciao. Enjoy.